What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. And you know what? I thought about this video. I thought I could come out, I could make some personal insults, I could make some accusations, but I figured the best thing to do is just show you how broken this game is. Explain to you that this is why you can't be friends with developers, right? This is a masterclass on playing a broken game and pretending to be happy simply because you're there. We're going to take a look at this play at speed. We're going to break down 3 separate plays. And as a Madden gamer, you've seen all of these things happen to you, okay? The response should not be a smile and, oh, well, I gave up a touchdown. The response should be turning to the developers and saying, we really need to fix this. We really deserve a more competitive, a more balanced, a better game. Why is this still happening? Now, let's take a look at what exactly happens here and why this happens, why this touchdown actually takes place. Okay, so first of all, you can see we're in a zone coverage. I'm not going to say anything about running zone at the goal line, but we're going to focus on this interaction right here, okay? This receiver and this corner safety doesn't really matter because they all play the same in this game. We've asked EA for decades now. Specific plays, reactions at the goal line. Why is it important? Because they don't understand contextually that they're at the goal line. That's why they're playing so deep. That's why they're giving up all this space to the receiver. Now, giving up this space is a problem in and of itself because there's a variety of routes that can be ran. There's a lot of pass leading that can happen, but none of that really even factors into this because of how poor the gameplay is. The defender is standing still and giving this entire part of the end zone up. This is a bad play call, perhaps, but exceptionally poor programming. To literally stand here at the back of the end zone while a receiver runs free in an entire quadrant, and the real challenge with this comes is you can't fix it. So he is going to have the opportunity here to switch to that defender. And listen, credit to him, he's trying, but the game logic is so bad, the AI is so flawed, you can't correct it yourself. And I've said this for a long time. You can't correct every player. You can't fix this. That's why. Remember when he said, oh, you need to be positive. 2,800 new plays, 45 new formations. It was a backhanded compliment. What I said is you got to fix the game, right? Let's talk about fixing the game. Let's talk about where we are with this play. This astonishes me as well. It truly, truly does. Because, you know what? Let's call this player Clint. But before we do, let's talk about Clint. This is Clint, okay? NCAA football 13. 13. That's how long Clint has been working on these games at EA Sports. I want you to watch this play. I want you to think about blocking, right? I want to look at this interaction right here. Very simple, right? Very simple. All you have to do is block the player in front of you. That's it. X's and O's. Let's take a look at how Madden or NCAA Madden has this play out. What in the world is this? You've over pursued, right? And now, rather than just move on to the next target, we're going to play the hokey pokey. We're going to turn ourselves around. We're going to shake our leg, and we're going to block our own ball carrier from getting out of the open field. Why does this happen? Never mind, I know who programs it. Why can't they fix it? Now, we have all been in this position with Madden. There are 6 seconds left in this quarter. We are smashing the pass button because we want to get the play off. What eventually will happen is you'll have this occur where you instantly get the ball, you instantly throw it, and look at the smile. Oh my God, I scored a touchdown. Yay for me. No, another time where you need to look over and say, fix the game. Here's why. I want you to look at where this pocket is, but where these players are. This is the receiver, the defensive back. Okay, look at who's in position to get to this ball first. When the ball was thrown, the quarterback and receiver weren't even in a line of sight. But instead, you get this animation-based football. That's all this is. This is the dice roll gameplay we all hate because the receiver got the catch and therefore it was a touchdown. This is no skill football. Look at the reaction to this. This is what most players on defense that have this happen do. You don't know what happened, right? You sit there and say, what in the world is going on with this broken game? I didn't have any control over this. I was just watching the game play. As I said, on the other side of this, there is a smile and a clap because you scored a touchdown, but you did nothing. You did nothing in this play. All you did was spam the button to pass the ball and inadvertently throw it to the receiver that is tied to the snap button. Once you did that, everything else simply played out as animations. The game determined, oh, this is going to be a catch. The game determined, oh, this is going to be the defensive back trying to play the ball. Oh, you didn't get the right animation for the situation to defend the pass. And even though this was not a timing route, even though this appeared to be almost a lob pass with no trajectory, even though the defensive back was looking at the quarterback and made a break on the ball first, none of that matters. None of that matters because you get awarded the touchdown. When you talk about a competent football game, when you talk about a dependable game, a game where you can load up and say, listen, it's going to be consistent for me to play. That's what we want. When you can go back and you can look at every single issue, these are core issues. Exclude football gaming, right? These are core issues. Number one, you have an AI issue, first play of the game, where a defender is unaware of where he is on the field and how he should react. That needs to be fixed. Number two, you have an AI issue in the second play of blocking downfield. This is a major part of football, whether we're talking about kick returns, interception returns, even players breaking out off a sweep. Blocking downfield is critical. We can see it's broken. And then finally, you have to have some disparity in skill. You have to have a player's skill matter. And when I am showing you literally button mashing, because that's all this was, button mashing turning into a touchdown, that as a gamer should give you pause. Because for everyone that sits here and says, oh, it's just a game, enjoy the interception, enjoy the touchdown, be glad that you have something to play, there are a multitude of gamers that understand the core reason you're playing a video game is so that you can play a video game. And what I mean by that is quite simple. When you are just watching the game play, you are not playing the game. You are simply watching animations play out. And that is what we've asked EA to get rid of for years. We want a true skill gap. We want football knowledge to matter. For someone that sat there and, tried to insult my football knowledge, it's interesting to me that you have Clint working for years on all of this, a former NFL lineman, and this is the best we've got. This is the best we've got, and not only is this going to be the final release of the game, because I know people will sit there, primarily the Muppets, and say, oh, this was an early build, this was a beta build. As I've said before, as I will say again, if they can't get this out of the game, and you saw Clint nose to the screen, if they can't get this out of the game in over 10 years, what makes you think they're going to get it out of the game in 10 weeks? It's illogical. It is toxic positivity. It is being positive for the sake of being positive. It is borderline being hopeful rather than realistic. All of these issues impacted EA Sports games when they were simply trying to promote their product. There is no way that they will not impact you when you're trying to play their product. This is why people turn off games. This is why games eventually have a whole series, like Madden, that falls off the wayside because the developers are not listening to the customer. They are listening to their influencer, and their influencers are way too happy to sit there with a smile on their face while the game breaks in front of them and not be able to turn to them and say, listen, you need to fix this because we need a better product, not just for the community, but for me as well. Love to know your thoughts on this. Appreciate you watching it. When the game broke during a preview, and these are just 3 of the plays that I plan on covering, there is no way that I cannot be back in the week with more commentary.